Hey there, Patriots. Woman front line is Death Watch here to give you guys more intel so you can update your personal armory and fight back against the fake news media machine. And today we'll be talking about the new Obi Wan TV series, and I'm going to explain to you guys why it is going to be completely and totally trash. Not, it's going to be on multiple different fronts, right? Not going to be just sitting here and be like, oh yeah, it's dead on arrival. Don't watch it, and I'm end the video here. No, no, no. Sit down, get comfortable. I'm gonna explain to you guys kind of how uh, the writing is gonna be kind of terrible, right? All these different things that we can look at to kind of pinpoint and say, yeah, based on this, and this, it's gonna be a very bad TV series, kind of like the Book of Boba Fett, right? And you can also say the Mandalorian, right? Because let's be honest, the Mandalorian wasn't really that good of a TV series. I know a lot of people will sit here and be like, "How dare you?" It's like, no, 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 no. This is you, bud. This is you. Don't ask questions, right? You just consume the product, then get excited for the next product. Let me learn you something today, okay? When it comes to a lot of the leaks, it's kind of terrible, right? A lot of people have seen the leaks, read about them, and it's like, yeah, this is. At first, it just seems like we're not just gonna. It's just we were all told this is gonna be an Obi Wan Kenobi TV series. We all were hyped for an Obi Wan Kenobi movie. What was it like 5 years ago? It was hinted at. People said that there was work being done, and then because I believe it was the backlash between of the new sequel trilogy, the failure of Han Solo, it was put on ice, right? And a lot of people thought it was going to be put on ice indefinitely, and then they decided to revive it along with the Book of Boba Fett, and of course the Book of Boba Fett was trash, and so I have expectations. My expectations were already under the damn table, right? Now it's even further under the table, right? It's not up. It's still down, right? I'm still just like, oh yeah, they are making that TV series, right? I'll see it. I'll see when usually that's what I usually do. I just wait for other people to for it to come out, see other people's reviews of it, of people who actually know who are more in depth with the lore in Star Wars than I am, and they'll sit there and say, oh yeah, whether it was good or not. And then if they say it's good, then I'll say, maybe I will watch it. But for most part, it's like, hey, these people don't like us. They hate us. Why give our money to them? We know that they destroyed Star Wars and they're trying to rewrite it. Okay, they're trying to rewrite Star Wars to fit their more mainstream progressive ideology. Okay, so let's just get into this because apparently our girl here, Ingram, forgot her name, Moses Ingram. That's where I don't know how I forgot Moses, but Moses Ingram is being coached on racist backlash. Right? They're literally telling her, hey, because you are the new diverse lead in this new TV series, expect a bunch of racist backlash to come your way by the Star Wars fandom. Yeah, that's a really good way to start off this series, right? Yeah. So Ingram, who is set to play the villainous Inquisitor working under Darth Vader, is slated to have a major role in the upcoming series, with some arguing her impact will be even bigger than the title character of Obi Wan Kenobi, played by our boy Ewan McGregor. Okay, that's really why we're here, right? We're here for our boy. Like, what else do we really need? You just sit here and you slap him on there, have him run around as Obi Wan Kenobi. You satisfied everybody. That was our expectations, right? You still got to have a good damn story, right? Don't take that as oh, just pop him up on screen. Everybody's like, woohoo, yippee, right? No, have a good damn story. But we're gonna get into the story a little bit because one of the things that they show, right? I had a kind of like conversation with my friend, who's a big Star Wars fan. I was like, he's like, what we really want is to see, Obi Wan fight Darth Vader, and I was like, yeah, not really. It's like, yeah, that's kind of bad, right? We're talking about Darth Vader in after his major change, right? In the current Darth Vader comic book, right? And we're gonna get it. I'm gonna get a little bit more into this, right? I'm still give you a little bit heads up. When you read the ongoing Darth Vader comic book series, right? Anakin is ruthless. He's hunting down every single Jedi, right? The whole reason why they created the Inquisitors, I don't even understand why they created the Inquisitors, right? Uh, to be honest, it was just something that they decided to come up with and toss in there, and it was like, so does the rule of two not apply anymore? Or well, they're not really Sith. They're just Force users who are trained to just use these helicopters lightsabers, right? I didn't pay attention to Rebels because I was like, bro, this Star Wars Rebels crap is kiddie. I'm not gonna watch it. But then they brought back Darth Maul, and I was like, I'm in it for Darth Maul, right? I'll watch only the episodes with Darth Maul in it. And then after his confrontation with Obi Wan Kenobi, their final duel, I was like, I'm satisfied. I don't need to watch anything else. I'm done with this series, okay? And then but pretty much in the comic book series, Darth Vader is hunting down every single Jedi. Even if they I forgot who it was, dude with the orange alien, but he had like the tusk on his head, right? Uh, hunting him down, and he was just killing every Jedi, regardless of if it was somebody he knew in the past or whatever, right? If I told him, I was like, yo, if Obi Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader collide on any planet, anywhere, they see each other, they clash lightsabers, you got to explain how the hell Darth Vader for the next 10 plus years just didn't use any resource to hunt down Obi Wan Kenobi. You gotta explain that because you can't have an ongoing comic book series where he's just going ham, hunting down every single remaining Jedi, being completely ruthless, and then he just happens to come across Obi-Wan. Oh, hey bud, I'm just gonna let you go for the next decade or a decade plus. Just like you can't explain that, right? Oh well, he hit on Tatooine. At what point, right? You even have Rava, this chick right here. She goes to Tatooine and then just has a change of heart, right? It's just like that just sounds dumb. Apparently, to the leaks, it just sounds really dumb because it goes against what a lot of these characters how they've been written in the comic book series, right? And with this whole briefing of the racist backlash bullshit, I just feel like when it comes, it's the same thing what we see with all these other comic books and that's being marketed as being so diverse, so inclusive, having all these different pronoun characters in it and all this other crap, right? They market it as that. When you actually read the content, consume the product, it's actually one dimensional. The characters are bland, they're boring, or the characters have been, are being presented as the protagonists, as the good people, but really their actions are very narcissistic and or sociopathic, right? And when we sit there and we tell that, we sit here and say, hey, these characters are very flat. They're not good people. They're terrible, right? The story is terrible. What's the common excuse? You're a bigot. You're ism. You're a phobic, right? You're an istophobe, as you will say, okay? And then nothing gets done. They still get their comic book series. They still continue their stories, right? Batwoman, right? Well, you just hate the story because you just don't like the fact that this is a TV series about black people. What? This is supposed to be a story about Batwoman, right? I'm here for Batwoman. I don't care about who's on the damn screen. Okay? Well, first of all, Batwoman wasn't black. Okay, she's the cousin of Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne isn't black. So changing her to a black girl makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And the stories are, that's only like half the damn story. Half the damn point that this show is complete garbage. The story is terrible. The characters are terrible. There's nothing really exciting going on. It's just all trash, right? But no. You just hate it because you're a racist. That's all they can do, right? When it came to the backlash of the Last Jedi and all these Rise of Skywalker and all this other crap, right? You're just a sexist because you hate women. It's like, bro, no. Everybody was excited, when they brought back Ahsoka Tano. Everybody was like, bro, Best shit ever, right? They broke, that was the day that kind of saved Mandalorian, right? They brought back Ahsoka Tano, right? That got a lot of people watching it now, and I was like, yo, that character, we need her in her own TV series. We need her in her own movie, right? They don't know what the fans want. They don't care about the fans. They care about what they want, and what they want is all this progressive representation, pat on the back, circle jerk of, hey, look, let's see who could be the most progressive. That's what they want. That's what they like to do, right? And when you sit there and you say, yeah, these characters are boring, they're stupid, the characters are bland, then they sit here and say, fuck your criticism, you're just really a racist, as being said right here in this article, right? Instead, they took comments. This was talking about Rose Tico, right? The actor left social media, and they try to take it out of subject for the reason why she did that. She said that she left social media because for other reasons other than harassment because of her race. Instead they took comments she made in a letter to the New York Times about being a woman and a person of color and conflated that with the negative reaction fans had to the film The Last Jedi in order to discredit criticism of the movie, right? They did it to discredit criticism of that terrible sequel trilogy. They're going to use the isms and the phobics to discredit the criticism for this new TV series if they don't deliver on what the fans really want, is seeing Ewan McGregor play Obi-Wan like we all saw him do when we were children. Okay, that's why we're here, right? And that's why that's really why we're all here, right? Let's not beat around the bush. Okay, we all knew when it came to the sequel trilogy that even John Boyega, he came out and was like, yo, when I first was cast for this role, they told me that they had good, this big vision of what my character is going to be. But when the actual movie was actually being taped and wrote and actually was put on the big screen, I was sidelined. I was a sideline character, right? And the fans all stood with John Boyega. It was like, yo, we all were screaming this, but guess what? We were all called racist and phobics because we said this crap, right? We already know the name of the game. Okay, so that's one point on why this series is probably going to be bad, because when they the first things you hear, especially when they have like all this promotion, right? They have all these different art websites coming out saying, oh, look at this new TV series that's coming out, and they're talking about Moses Ingram talks about representation in Star Wars, right? As if they fucking invented representation, right? Let's ignore Lando, right? Let's ignore James Earl Jones, the original voice of Darth Vader. Let's ignore all that shit. Let's ignore all the black people, right? Samuel L. Jackson is Mace Windu, one of the most beloved Star Wars characters in the fandom. Let's ignore all that bullshit, right? We invented representation, guys. Aren't we the bestest? It's just stupid. And so we got a lot of leaks from the ending. Pretty much, this is pretty much the ending of this TV series, right? So by the final chapter, Reva has put the contextual clues together, and she figures that Obi Wan Kenobi has been protecting something, someone, the son of Skywalker, right? And so this kind of, when I read this at first, before I did this video, I was like, yo, this kind of just sounds like they took what I think Dave Filoni did with Darth Maul. Darth Maul returns to Tatooine after searching for Obi-Wan, and then he sits there is like, yo, you're just look at you. You used to be a general of a major galactic empire, and now you're just a hermit on a backwards desert planet, right? And then as he's pondering, they're walking around the flame, and he's pondering. He's like, why are you here, right? And he's sensing in the Force, right? He senses Luke and Leia, right? Or I think he just senses Luke. He's like, no, you're here protecting someone. And that's when Obi-Wan kind of is like, ah, shit. Then pulls out his lightsaber. They start their duel. Okay, and then as Darth Maul is dying in Obi-Wan's arms, right? He's like, he gets like the vision of Luke possibly, growing up and defeating Darth Vader, right? And he's like, he's the one who's going to avenge us, right? This is essentially what a kind of like a rewriting of that in a way, right? She puts all the pieces together. She finally figures out that Skywalker is on Tatooine, but she has some change of heart, right? And the thing is, it's like, eh, right? I really don't care for a villain with a change of heart. I want a Inquisitor, right? I want her. I want this chick to be a badass. I want her to be a vicious, evil killer. That's what the Inquisitors are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the right and left arm of Palpatine and Darth Vader, right? Nobody can match it. Nobody can match Darth Vader's savagery, as I said in the actual ongoing Darth Vader comic book series. Darth Vader is going around being completely ruthless, cutting down everybody. When two of his own Inquisitors, right? Two of his own Inquisitors are, kind of flirting with each other. Darth Vader gets so upset with them that he kind of just runs through Coruscant, just killing everybody else in his way just to kill those two Inquisitors, forcing them to literally flee from him with their lives, and they both get cut down by him, right? Being completely ruthless to these people, right? That's the type of Inquisitor I want, okay? They know that if they fuck up, Darth Vader will slaughter them, okay? Cut them down where they stand. So it's her job to go out there and hunt down the possible sighting of a Jedi on this planet, and she's not letting anybody stop her, right? They have the full might of the Galactic Empire, right? Who's going to stop her? Who's going to arrest her for going around beating people up, interrogating people, saying, hey, we heard there's a Jedi, where is he? Right? They don't know, force choke him, toss him aside. Somebody tell me, right? Because I'm going to start slaughtering people until somebody tells me where the Jedi is, right? And of course, somebody's going to say, point the finger, say, hey, I heard there's a Jedi, old man who lives out in the middle of the desert somewhere, right? There's some, why not have a character like that? Because they're supposed to be the bad guys, right? I don't want no Disney bullshit. Oh, the character is really, has some change of heart bullshit. Nah, I don't want that. I want actual gritty, evil Star Wars villains. Okay, and we have our boy, Obi Wan coming in, having to save the people, right? That's because that's who we're really here for. We want him to be the hero, right? We want the villains to be the villains, and we want our hero to be the hero, right? We don't want no change of heart Disney bullshit over here, right? But that's what we're gonna get. And they over here saying, Obi Wan Kenobi star Moses Ingram talks representation Star Wars, right? It's just bullshit. You didn't invent it, guys. And then on top of this, right, they have the Obi Wan Kenobi showrunner describes relationship between Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker as a love story dynamic. Okay, and then so again, when I talked about how if you're gonna have it will kind of when you read this article, right? I'm gonna leave these links in the description. It sounds kind of good. I really like how they kind of describe this because we know that after Obi-Wan leaves, and then we're gonna have they want to have some type of reunion, right? This is what this kind of talks about, is the fact that when Luke comes to Obi-Wan to retrieve the lightsaber, stuff like that, he says that your father was killed by this evil figure, right? The person that your father was is no longer was no longer the man that I once knew, things like that. So what they're trying to say is they want some type of transition where Obi-Wan does meet Darth Vader, and he tries to kind of bring back Anakin, right? Even though Anakin is now Darth Vader, he tries to bring him back, but that's when he realizes that nope, Anakin Skywalker is gone. That person that is in that black figure, okay, that's in that suit is Darth Vader. Anakin Skywalker is no longer there. And I read this. I was like, that's kind of good, but again, continuity, right? You got to keep it kind of consistent. You can't have the ongoing comic book series that kind of explains what has been going on between these 2 points of these movie franchises and all these series, and having Darth Vader just being this ruthless killer, hunt down every single Jedi he sees, and then we're gonna have Obi Wan and Darth Vader meet, they fight, and then it's like, okay, how are you going to now explain the fact that you know Darth Vader just gives up then for the next decade and some change, he just gives up hunting down Obi Wan Kenobi, right? That makes no sense whatsoever, right? So I know you, and somebody give me a theory on how they can do it right, because I'm like, yo, you guys control the galaxy. You know, you can't explain that, right? You can't explain Darth Vader not using, because Darth Vader is already using every single resource he can to go out and hunt down every Jedi. For him to just somehow Obi Wan just evades him for the next decade and some change, that makes no sense whatsoever, in my opinion. But on the same point, Vanity Fair tries to, you should go check out who was his name, Midnight Edge. He did a pretty good video breaking this down. Vanity Fair, has this little headline here: Star Wars Forever. How Kathleen Kennedy is expanding the galaxy and all this other crap. Pretty much, sucking her, sucking her off, right? Essentially, that's what they're doing. Trying to, I guess, Midnight Edge kind of says that they're rewriting Kathleen Kennedy's role in Star Wars, right? It isn't her fault that the that the movie series, the trilogy failed. It's because of Jar Jar Abrams and who's the other the other guy. I don't care about his name. These people are all terrible. Okay, they destroyed Star Wars, right? Dave Filoni, our man here, he's the only good thing about Star Wars, right? A lot of people say, they watch it for him. I'm like, dude, I would love to be that guy that says, I'm just watching it for Dave Filoni, but it's her. It's her that's kind of messing things up. It's Kathleen Kennedy that's messing everything up, and I don't see myself really. I just wish I was still as hyped about all this Star Wars stuff, right? When I still sit down, I listen to people, I talk to people online, and I see them still all loving Star Wars, being, all happy about it and things like that. I'm like, I wish I can still be like you, right? I just have no enthusiasm whatsoever for Star Wars and the future of Star Wars, because it's just all crap now, right? It's all mainstream corporatism now, right? They stole the IP and they're just doing whatever the hell they want with it, right? And so it's whatever, right? Let me know your opinions down in the comment section below about all this crap. Do you have any good expectations of this TV series or the future of Star Wars? Let me know. Okay, but like always, stay safe, stay sane, be vigilant. I'll see you, Patriots, on the battlefield.